Hi there, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to another interesting and exciting episode of the Family and Society Talk Show. My name is Elizabeth Samsedi. And how was your Christmas celebration? A while ago, we were talking preparations, how you intended to celebrate the Christmas, but here we are. The Christmas has come and has gone. I hope you and your family had an awesome celebration. And I'm hoping that by this time next year, we'll all be here again to do another one, to have another exciting celebration. Right, today on our topic of discussion today is circled around marriage. You all know how on this program we are very passionate about the home, we are very passionate about relationships and marriages. All right, we are going to be talking about looking at why women most times, I'm sure you will agree with me also, it's okay, you can equally disagree, but don't forget to always let me know in your comment section whether you agree or disagree with me on our resolutions after every topic of discussion. Today we are talking about why majorly, women are blamed for failed marriages. Why are women blamed for failed marriages? Okay, in Africa, in this part of the world, we know how the girl child is brought up. The girl child is brought up to at a very tender and a very young age on how to get married and how to be and humble to her husband, how to be a mother, how to multitask and get things done at home. How she, as a woman, is a home builder, is meant to be the brain behind a successful home and a successful marriage. But my question is this: is it only the work of the woman to be the one behind a successful home? I think it's supposed to be like a joint kind of thing. It's supposed to be the work of both of them, both the husband and the wife, to put in their best to ensure that their marriage comes out successful and they have a joyful and a happy home and a happy marriage. Also, looking at it from the other perspective, a young man is brought up with this ego of like you are the head of the home and the woman is meant to be under you. A lot of is brought up in a very different way entirely, where he's not being taught, rather he's not taught of how the roles that he equally has to play, apart from providing, being the sole provider of course, being the head, being the provider, the one to provide for his wife and his children. Correct? He's not being taught that, or rather, he's not taught that yes, he also has a role to play inside the home in making it, making the marriage successful, making home successful. The burden is placed much more on the girl child, that she's the one that has it on her shoulders to make marriage work. So this is what we intend to talk about on the show today. With me in the studio, as usual, is Raymond and Clempat. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
How was your Christmas?
Oh, Christmas was great.
So too. I'm sure you ate a lot of food.
Yeah, I tried. I did eat, and don't forget that we have to be careful so that in January we'll not start running back to the gym.
That is the truth.
So, Roman, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was fine.
Very good.
Enjoyed with families, friends.
Right.
Happy to see you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And the New Year is just a few days
It's
away.
there already.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
You know.
Blowing.
Right. Okay, so you heard our topic of discussion is I think I will start not with the lady first because I am the lady. Yes, gentleman in the house. Why do you think that generally there's this thing that when a couple get married and the marriage fails, they blame the woman? Or rather, do you agree that a woman should be blamed when a marriage is failed?
I do.
If you do, yeah, you say yes. Why? If you say no, then tell me why.
I do to a greater extent. The reason being that in Africa, it is expected that the woman is a keeper of the home. We are told that women are keepers, right? Whatever thing you give a woman, she keeps it, she nurtures it, she grows it. Okay? In procreation, the man gives the woman the sperm. The woman keeps it, she nurtures it, she grows it, she participates a great deal in raising up the children. So it is expected that the woman should have the capacity to nurture the home and grow the family. So it's commonly said in Pidgin, a woman gets house, which means that the woman is expected or has been given the responsibility to nurture the family and grow the family. Hence, if the family fails, a great deal of the blame goes to the woman.
So you said now woman get house.
Yes.
What about those times when the man will come and say, "This is my house," and insist probably the woman, whatever is going on, she tries to put in her inputs in wherever division and all that, or she tries to have a say, and the man is like, "This is my house," and you said that the woman is the builder of the home. So if we agree that the woman is the builder of the home, what is the man?
Yes, the man is the head. I said the woman keeps the house. The woman nurtures the family and grows the family. The woman is in charge.
The woman
there is always a head, a leader in every place, right? But there are people that run the affairs of that place. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that like I said, the woman is a keeper. You as they give the woman something, take care of my home, take care of my not even our family. Like you said, some men will say, "This is my house." It's none of those days. And it depends on the type of marriage. If a woman goes into a home where the man has a ready-made man, you go into the man's life. But if you're a woman that you contributed, in some African cultures, it is expected that for you to marry a woman, I think I know the Boronu people, they do that. You empty your house. The woman comes in with a lot of things, household things. That's to show that you are partners in this family. So the man will not wake up one day and say, "Leave my house."
That's a man that is man enough, that is mature. Because there are a lot of times when the man says, "Leave my house." Let me quote you. The woman is the keeper of the house and the builder. And the man is the head.
Yes.
So when the marriage fails, the woman is to be held responsible as the keeper and the builder, and the man that is the head is not meant to be held responsible.
Even although it is expected, it's obvious that the man takes care of his wife and takes care of his family. It's vice versa. The woman also takes care of her husband. What this means is that they
take care of each other.
They take care of each other.
Right.
There are certain decisions a man will not take without consulting the wife. Now, if your husband comes to you and seek your opinion or your advice in certain areas, and you feed him with wrong advice, and things go wrongly, oftentimes they may blame the man, but the woman is to blame. Why? Because the man depended on this woman and trusted this woman to feed him with the right
that is
advice.
On the scenario where the man went to the woman to seek counsel or advice. But what about those times when the man takes this decision on his own without consulting the woman? So would you still put the blame on the woman?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. As a manager, you need wisdom, you need skills, you need experience, you need training to run the affairs of the home. Like I said,
so you have
to
when the man on his own have decided not to involve her, and he takes his decisions as the head, as the head of the home, the head of the family. So when things go wrong, the woman must still be blamed.
I like I said, to a greater extent.
Let me hold you. Clempat, I need your view on this. Do you agree, first of all, that a woman should be blamed when the marriage is failed?
I don't.
Tell me why not.
Okay. I want to specifically answer one of his.
Before you answer what he said, keep it
because my
at
answer is in line with what
okay, go ahead.
To say. You have your reasons why you think a woman should be blamed.
Yeah.
And of course, every other person out there have a reason why you think the woman should be blamed. But I want to tell you that nobody should be blamed. Both the man and the woman, they have their blames. And it all boils down to orientation. The family you're coming out from, if you're from that family that are having issues with abuse, violence, and all of that, you will bring same thread into your marriage. If you are from a family that is peaceful and loving, you will also bring such spirit into your home. That is where you have issues. Where I'm contradicting you now, because there is no way you will shift blame on a woman that she is the cause of anything that goes wrong in a home. The problem is from both parties. If I am not doing it right as a woman, you as my man, as my head, as my authority, you are expected to put me through. So if there is a problem in a family, the woman shouldn't be blamed. The blame should be on the both parties. The man should be blamed, the woman should be blamed. And there are men, like you rightly said, there are men that are not men enough. Sorry to say, but I must say this because I'm a realist. If you are a real man, the woman you pick to be your partner is part of you. You shouldn't be looking for a way to put her in a tight corner and put her in a point where people or society will see her as a bad person. You have number one right to protect her interest and your interest, because that home belongs to the both of you. You also cited an instance about the Meduguri and the people. Of course, they are very loving people. The essence of them giving their children that is not specifically because they want them to have a blame if something goes wrong in their family. It is just like a show of love. My child is coming to your house. This is what we have to offer. We also have parents who give cars, like nurseries to their children going into marriage. You understand? The man may not even have so much in some cases, but in some other cases, the man may even be wealthy. But you still see the father of the girl buy a car, give to both of them. You understand? So it is not largely the case of you as a man putting blame on your wife. It is very wrong.
Okay, so do you agree now with her explanation?
Yeah, I want to clarify something. When I mentioned the case of the Borno people, what I said is the reason to me that is being done is to show that both parties contribute to the
Absolutely.
that the home belongs to the two of them. So one party will not wake up one day and say, leave my house.
But we have a series of divorce cases in Meduguri, but despite that, if the woman is going, she goes with everything she got into.
Oh, really? Okay. So do you agree now that the both parties should be blamed, or rather none of them should be blamed, because you were very specific to say that the woman should be blamed?
I'm still specific. What I'm saying is that the woman should be blamed to a greater extent than the man. Reason being that, like I said earlier on, a woman needs wisdom to manage the affairs of the home, family, to manage the man's character, manage the man's emotion, manage her own emotions. You understand? So a woman needs to think through before making certain decisions. Almost everything around the family is centered around her. The man is the head, but she's the main person.
Okay, since this woman needs this much wisdom, how much wisdom does the man need as the head?
The man needs wisdom as well, but you know,
so
the Bible says a man needs a helpmeet. That's so that's the reason why.
A helpmate. I'm even happy you are saying it. A helpmate. Oftentimes, that it is the woman that should have more wisdom.
See, you agree with me that if a man wants to take certain decisions and the wife does not agree with the man, there will be issues in the family. The man will not be at peace until she succumbs to.
Not in all circumstances.
In most. If your wife does not agree with what you want to do.
Do you know that there are situations or scenarios where a man goes ahead after he must have taken the decision before he comes telling the wife, or maybe the process of that decision, whether positively or negatively, have begun to happen or manifest before the woman will know that the man had earlier taken the decision? Because he is the head. A man as a head, all right, is meant to take decisions for his home, for his family, not the woman. Like you rightly stated, the woman is a helpmate. It's meant to support the man in his decision making, in his choices, to make life easy for him, to make things, to give him peace.
Agree.
Not that she's the one. Yes,
She influences the decision.
No, she
She
does.
does.
Not all the
She
time.
influences the decision.
No, I disagree. I disagree that she influences it. Not all the time.
Some wives that are just figurehead in their homes.
Right.
Because the man even take instructions from his immediate, his extended family more than his
wife.
So in cases like that, what will you now say?
Right.
That's
Because
why.
these are practical.
That's why.
Yes, I would like to answer that.
That's
In
why.
cases where the man takes decisions
More
from either his parents
Yes.
or his siblings,
Yes.
and takes less decisions or seek less opinion from his wife, and such a marriage fails, you will say it was the woman's fault that the man was not trusting her.
That's why I said the woman needs wisdom. She can manage that situation.
The man does not need wisdom.
Wait, she can manage that situation until she's proven right. Do you understand? The way she goes about it matters. Now it has come to a point where your husband goes to take advice from his family. You can, with wisdom, you can manage that situation, and the man will learn to listen to you. It depends on how you go about it. It depends on how you go about it as a wife. If you start trying to challenge his authority, you have noticed it. That's a very good step. You've noticed it. What do you do next to make sure that this man comes to realize that what he's doing is wrong? Because time will expose everything.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Do you know that, like we always say, children watch their parents when they grow up to see the kind of relationship they have, they keep with each other, that helps them, help these children grow. They grow knowing, learning from the kind of relationship they see their parents keep. What about a scenario where a young man is growing up and sees that his father does not trust his mother, or his father does not take decisions or seek the opinion of his mother, and from childhood he grew up knowing that, and there are even some extreme cases where the man will tell the boy, you are a man, you are the head of your home, you are every decision to be taken as far as your home is concerned is in your hands, single-handedly. There are situations where parents train up their boy children like this, and this young man grows up tomorrow, gets married, he has a wife, and he has what his father has taught him has stuck to his head. That's the way he has been taught, and that's the only way he knows. He marries and he doesn't take the wife's opinion, like she had earlier emphasized. Probably still, rather than seek his wife's opinion, goes to his father if he's still alive, or rather his siblings, or even his mother, or even there are some that rather go to their friends. They rather go to their friends to seek their opinion on whatever kind of business transaction or whatever decision they intend to make, because they feel it is their men. When men are talking, women ought not to talk. This is, like you rightly said, this is Africa. These things happen. Then such a marriage will fail. Then you will say that it was the woman that didn't have enough wisdom to have allowed the husband to trust her enough. That's why the marriage failed. So she should be blamed for such a failure.
No, in that case, the man is to be blamed. But then I will still stress the need for a woman to learn to handle certain situations. It is wrong for a man to advise the son or to take advice from people other than the mother or the parents. But then, right, women need to make themselves worthy of situations of trust. Thank you, that's the word. They need to make themselves worthy of trust. You need to grow yourself, grow your knowledge, grow your capacity, add value to yourself, so much so that the man can come to you for advice. It's not every man would desire to go to his wife for advice when he's confused in life. But then when it comes to a point where the man cannot trust the wife to give him tangible or suitable advice to handle certain situations, it means that woman is limited. Will you agree with me that some women are not as experienced, they are not as exposed, are not as educated as other women, or as they ought to be, to handle certain marital affairs?
Okay.
Yes.
So there's another scenario I would like us to look at, but that's after this short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. You're welcome back. We're glad to have you. Stay tuned. Okay, so like I was saying, Raymond, there are also cases where a man, there's something called infidelity
There is.
in marriage, right? Okay. What about a situation whereby the man commits, if is unfaithful rather to his wife? He goes out there, he's careless, out of carelessness, either impregnates a strange woman out there, and the lady gets pregnant and decide not to go underground and wants to be known to the wife, or only the lady herself, the strange woman goes to the wife, or the side chick goes to the wife and expose the man that you know how they do, I'm pregnant for your husband and he's going to marry me and all that, and that leads to divorce. Because let's not forget that people are different, and the people take in this infidelity thing. Though infidelity on its own is a very different topic, I don't want to dwell too much in it, but I'm just using it to cite an instance. All right, people react differently to issues and situations, and probably this is a kind of a lady that doesn't want to hear anything of such of that nature, and she decides that, oh, you have cheated, I cannot trust you again, this marriage ends. Or probably not, maybe not even exactly having the impregnating another lady, maybe infection or disease or something. The man goes out there, brings the infections or disease to the wife at home, and she discovers what's going on, what's happening, and all that. And this may lead to the end of that relationship or that marriage. At that point, what would you say? Would you still say that the woman ought to be blamed for that failed marriage?
Of course not. She shouldn't be blamed. There are irresponsible men out there. You understand? There are men that do not value, they don't, should I say they don't value, or they don't attach so much respect to
They don't
their
deserve to be called
families.
husbands.
They don't even know the limits to which they do certain things.
Right.
Yes, there are. So in that case, the man should be blamed. However, when something like that happens, it's also very important for, in as much as you are blaming the man, the woman is punishing the man for his crime, right? The woman should also find out, is there anything she did wrong or something? Is it
That
where
seriously?
no, yes, no. When things
Seriously,
happen,
Raymond?
when things happen, we always look at it on both sides.
So something must have happened with the woman that made the man went outside
It happens
all the time.
There are times that women do certain things that may push a man. That
Let me ask you, Raymond, what do you have against women? Today you will say it.
I don't have anything against women. I value women so much. I place so much importance on women, and that's the reason why I think a woman's work is big.
So your opinion now, if I'm not to be clear, are you saying that when a man goes out there to cheat, it is the woman's fault as well?
Like I said earlier on, that they're irresponsible men.
Mm-hmm.
That no matter how good their wives are,
mm-hmm.
they will still misbehave.
Right.
And then I said, however, in certain instances, when a situation happens like that, the woman should sit back and think, what were the things, which way did she miss it? If she knows clearly from within her that there is no area that she defaulted, then she can, punish the man. The man comes to apologize if she thinks to want to recover her home and not to allow a strange woman, separate her marriage. She may reconsider. If she thinks she wants to stay, they should stay apart. They should stay apart. But then there should always be that space where when people make mistakes in marriage, missing may not come from you. It may not come from the other person, but you also think, which area, where did if there's any way I defaulted, I should amend. I should amend to avoid subsequent mistakes. But if there is not yet, so
I
that's
know you're eager. You have something to say on that.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you, Raymond. I got all your point, but then I must lay emphasis on the fact that everybody should learn to take responsibility of his or
their
her
actions, right,
or action.
Right.
If you are doing what is right, you know that you do what is right. And if you're doing what is wrong, you know that what you're doing is wrong. So, like, I hate the point where people shift blame. When you do something wrong, accept it that it was out of weakness that you have done what you have done.
Right.
Because there is no perfect human being anyway. There's nobody that is perfect.
No.
So for you now to say, if an unfaithful man should by any means get someone else pregnant and bring the person home, or the person wants to come to the home, and you think the woman should check herself. Hello? I don't think that. I don't think that, because sometimes these men we talk about they can do and undo. And the ladies they got married to will be so helpless behind the scene. She must have even done a lot of things that are so not supposed to be done, like kneeling down, begging, praying, fasting, and so many things to ensure that her home is well kept. But somehow, the man feels he is the head of the house. He determines what he wants to do. And at the same time, there are so many women out there that are looking out for them. So they go out, they feel it's just like a game. They play their game, and when they get caught in it, they still come back home to shift blame on the woman. Oh no, it is not supposed to be like that. A woman definitely have her weaknesses. There is nothing to say. Yeah, likewise.
Oh yes,
Just like the man have weaknesses, women also have their weaknesses. But nobody should shift blame. When you are wrong, you're wrong. When I am wrong, I am wrong. And I should be able to stand my ground and work on adjusting or making things right. And I said something earlier on again, Raymond. Some of these things are born out of the kind of orientation you have from your family, the kind of orientation I have from my family. If from my family I am being trained to place value on my marriage, that is where you see cases where some women will be dying in domestic violence cases, in so many infidelity cases. They will still want to remain in that marriage. It is the power of orientation. They have been cooked, they have been trained, they have been nurtured to believe, yes, that once you marry, you marry. Yes. And the Yoruba, we call it root abokoku. The case of Ruth in the Bible, whatever that happens, I will follow you.
Wherever you go, I
will go with you.
Right.
And that mindset keeps subjecting lots of women in places they are not supposed to be. And it reduces their self-worth. It destroys their mental health and well-being. You understand? So I don't think it's the right thing to say that when a man misbehaves, the woman should check herself. I think I'm
do you know that there are men that suffer domestic violence?
Oh, yes. Of course.
So, do you know that there are men that do not find peace in their home?
Yes, so many of them.
The woman says, "I'll make this home a living hell for you."
Absolutely.
Right? There are men that they go to work, and once the work closes, they don't feel like going back home. They want to go to somewhere and hang out
because of the unrest they have at home.
Because they know that by the time they get to the house, it's nagging, right? I just want us to not to generalize, to try to acknowledge the fact that
there should be a kind of
so that's the reason why I said, even if I know, yes, that some men will be there are still women that are also irresponsible. There are women that cheat on their husband. There are women that have decent men, but they don't know what it takes to even keep those men. Yes, so there are men that suffer in silence. They are suffering and smiling.
Yeah,
you understand? So in as much as we society talks so much about women not to be relegated to the background, not to be maltreated in marriage, we should acknowledge the fact that, in fact, every man who goes there to marry a lady wants to take good care of that lady, wants to have a happy home, wants to be happy.
Every man, are you sure?
Yes,
not
to be
men,
happy.
Please. Not all men. Some men are not.
But then for a man,
no, you know that people marry because of different reasons. It's not every man that goes into marriage. Neither is it every woman that goes into marriage that is going into marriage to have peace and rest of mind. Some of them have ulterior motives. A lot of people have ulterior motive why they marry, either the male or the female.
Yeah, right.
While they have a target, and once that target is met, and they're like, okay, so that's it, and they take a bow and they take a walk and then leave the innocent one, either the male or the female, behind and walk away.
In all sincerity, I also want to quickly chip in, because you draw my attention. The question I answered was based on the fact that she said a woman. So I was strictly talking about
absolutely.
But if it were to be a case where we are talking on both sides, definitely there is no man that is supposed to suffer and die because he got married to a bad woman. Nobody's son should be subjected to any form of torture or torment. If you are a man and you're going through such, we wouldn't advise you to condone such. It is
Absolutely.
evil, it is wrong, and
Yes.
it's inhuman. But
Yes.
for a man that is irresponsible, you are not taking care of your wife, you're not taking care of your children, you are there misbehaving out there, and you still come back home to blame your wife. That is the point we are trying
That's
to
that's the point
to
we are talking.
highlight
That's the
here.
point we are talking about.
Yeah, so let's
Because
please
also
focus on-
there are men also that talking about care.
yes,
They you see them outside, they have money. Some of them have this money.
yes,
Some of them earn well. Some of them have good businesses. They don't take their family as a priority
at all.
for catering for them. Like catering as in, I know a man that the wife cries out every now and then. The roof over the head of his wife and children is every year she has to cry, reporting him, telling relatives, please tell him to pay. The landlord is dragging me.
Yes.
Not that this guy does not have this money. He has this money.
Mm.
So what would you say of that kind of a man? And rightly, just like she has said, our topic of discussion said rather, why is it that the woman is
yes.
blamed majorly,
Mm.
mostly blamed when a marriage fails? So that was why she was
Yeah.
analyzing in
Yeah.
that aspect.
You
Yes, we
see-
know that there are men that undergo domestic violence
course.
as well, and we condemn it and we say no to that.
Totally.
Nobody, whether a man or a woman, should undergo domestic violence because you decided to get married to the man or woman you love and want to spend the rest of your life with a woman or man you have decided to raise a family with, and only for you to go into it and you find out that you're in bondage. No, you should take a walk and take a bow from such relationship. You were going to say something.
See, apart from or before programs like this started coming on, even at this present time, it's not very common to have people or parents teaching their children, male and female, how to keep a room.
Right.
It is not very common. Yes, some people or some of us we already have this knowledge.
Mm.
Okay, you keep telling your child, clean the house. The woman should keep the kitchen clean.
Mm.
The woman should keep this clean. Do this. So no man want to come to a house that is dirty. The woman should do this. Before this time, many female children do not. It's rare. Parents mostly focus on education and other things. Marriage and running a family is a big business. It's a big
It's a
responsibility.
big deal.
It's a big deal.
Right.
Okay,
Mm.
because the destiny of the children depend on that
Absolutely.
on that family.
Right.
So, but it's very rare to see parents sitting their children down and teaching them certain things they have to do, how to handle certain situations. Most times when they go through issues, sometimes they lock themselves in the room. Or let our children not hear us arguing. Or let this.
But along the line, they still here.
Yeah, they still hear,
Yeah.
but they may not hear the full story, so they may get it from the negative.
Sometimes they go peep, they go eardrop to hear.
Yes.
Mostly
Yes.
when they are teenagers.
Yes.
Because when
So-
they are teenagers, they are very curious.
So, but my point is, a mother sitting her daughter down and teaching her how to handle a home or certain things that are important and crucial in maintaining a family.
Yeah.
So, because of this, like you said, because of this, most girls go into marriage with the wrong
Notions.
motives. So that alone becomes the foundational problem for the marriage.
Yes.
So,
Raymond, can you kindly just adjust your statement? When a mother is teaching, she shouldn't focus on
Only the girl child. It should be the both.
Mothers, fathers, when you're teaching,
Teach
teach
them
your
both.
children how to keep a home,
Right.
how to love and respect their spouses, how to settle scores when
Right.
there are scores, and not to go out there seeking for solution where there is no solution.
Right.
I think this is
I
supposed to
agree.
be the balancing.
I agree.
Do you agree?
Do
with
you
me now?
agree?
I agree.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
agree.
Thank you, you're coming up.
Yes, I actually agree. Even as we are winding down gradually, really in this part of the world, there should be a balance. Because over and over again, we have said it that if you keep bringing up your daughter on marriage issues, how to keep her home, and leaving your son aside, then you, after training that daughter, then he will go and marry a monster.
Yes, that is the negative.
So the man
effect of
also
it.
needs to
So
learn
yes,
how to.
Yes.
they both every child, both male and female, no exemption, should be taught from the beginning, either by verbally teaching them, telling them, and the way you too as parents leave it for them to say. Leave it, because they watch. You see that each time we talk about home families, it always brings us back to this very conversation from the home, which is the foundation. Tell a man that he has a role to play. He's the head. Yes, obviously he's the head. He has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulder. Educating his wife. A man is meant to educate his wife. Don't expect, as much as, yes, women are being taught that they are home builders and all that, no woman knows it all. There are scenarios, the man may have been the one that came out from a better family, a better home, where he had more knowledge about marriage. Such a man should educate his wife.
That's if she's willing to listen.
Right. And at what point do you know?
Raymond.
Hold on, Raymond. Don't be sarcastic.
That's
Right
if she's
now.
willing to listen.
No, hold on. At what point should this be? This should be at courtship level.
Yes.
If you are courting a girl, you want to get married to her, and you notice, Raymond, that she's not willing to listen, what do? Do you still go ahead and marry her, or you let go and look for the one that will be willing to listen?
Yes, that can listen to you.
So you don't wait until you are already in the marriage to discover this excesses that these people have.
The truth is that some people pretend, especially during courtship. They hide their
Courtship should not be less than 6 months. In 6 months, I doubt that there's someone that will pretend for 6 months. One day you will pack it up. One day you will trigger. Do things. Trigger this person.
Someone that
find a way to test them. Yes.
People
trigger it. Absolutely. Play. Do it as it is play.
There was a time with my ex, I may not have a need. I will just make a demand to see what he's up to. Will he be there for me? Can he support my dreams? Can he help me to manage a situation that is beyond me? And sometimes when I see you, I call him ex. You understand?
Yes,
because I noticed this person cannot take the magnitude of the dreams and visions that I have. He can't take care of them. He can't handle that. So I took a vow. Yeah, I had to make my decision so early. Within 3 months, I already knew that this one.
Exactly.
I won't be able
when
to
you are in courtship as a man, you should be able to know if she is the type that will be submissive or not.
Yes, you should know.
You will get the traits. You will see the traits.
They are always there.
It may not be 100%.
Of course.
But along the line, the traits will be there. Likewise, vice versa. If it is the woman, like she has said, is it what kind of a man are you about to marry? Put them to test somehow.
Yes.
Find out. The true color will come out one day. You will see it. You will notice it. How can you be with somebody, be in courtship for 6 months and you didn't notice anything? It's not possible.
And some for years.
It's not possible. Exactly. And some even for years. And yet they get married, and even those ones that court for years is even worse. They get married, they don't last the 6 months.
Some people can really pretend and hide it.
I know. I know that there are people that can pretend.
Somebody that will tell you, I'm sorry for the least mistake they do, and knowing very well how important I'm sorry is in marriage or in a relationship, they will do that. And then when the time they get to your house, they now start being bossy or start showing their true colors.
There are such.
That, we are talking about women again, so focus on women. And the woman would say, oh, I'm sorry, so that peace can reign in your home. And then find a better avenue.
I think I like that. Orientation.
Find a better avenue.
Absolutely. Okay.
The more reason why women should be educated on this.
Both. Don't specify it, women, Raymond.
The keeper of the home. The woman is the keeper of the home.
There you are wrong. I hope you will not bring up your son to tell him that a woman is the keeper of the home and it is only the woman that should be taught and have this wisdom. Please don't do that.
I'll bring up
both.
To know
both of them.
The huge responsibility that she's expected.
And not just your daughter, both your daughter and your son.
Why some ladies are subjected to slavery in their marriage?
I condemn being subjected.
You wouldn't know.
That is why. Yes. That is why.
No, it's not teaming her mentality. It's humility.
You have there's difference between humility and slavery and oppression.
Humility should be for both. A husband should respect
the
and
wife,
the wife.
yes,
Likewise, the
Vice
wife
versa.
respect
respecting
the
yes.
husband, right?
They both have roles to
To
play.
play.
You are putting it. You are trying to say that more of it is on the woman's shoulder. That's what we are trying to tell you that is
there always
wrong.
come a time when the woman is expected to submit. They always come
A
that time.
woman is meant to submit.
And when a woman
meant
is
to
submitting,
love.
it's not because
A
she's
man,
no,
And
exactly.
love
because
covers
she will use that submissiveness to
things.
prove a point to the man, and the man will get
Everybody,
to
if a man loves his wife and the woman submits to her husband, then all of this one we've been talking since morning, we won't be talking.
Peace will just
Exactly.
exist
So this one that you
naturally.
are saying that more
Nobody should
responsibility
be
or wisdom
burdened.
should be on the shoulder of the woman, you won't be saying it. When everybody plays their role, as a man play your role, as a woman play your role, then there will be nothing to fight over.
I actually posted something 3 days ago on social media that who love you no go stress you. When somebody loves you, the person will always guide you mentally,
You correct
socially,
in love.
and everything will go smoothly.
You correct
But
in
you
love,
always
you
have that
support in love.
mind to attack your loved ones when the true love is not
Okay,
there.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
you're
so
right.
much. Okay, I like your last take on this, Raymond, on this topic. Let's viewers hear your last take on it.
Okay, my last take on it is that marital responsibilities are shared responsibilities.
Now you are talking. Thank you.
He's learning.
Right. Now you are talking.
There are shared responsibilities between the man and the woman.
Right.
Both parties should learn to identify their areas of weaknesses,
Yeah.
and the weaknesses of the others, and see how they can live together.
And their areas of strength as well,
And
so
their
that
areas
they know how to balance them
balance
up.
the equation.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And this societal view that all the blame is usually shifted on the woman if a marriage crashes should not be encouraged. It should not be encouraged.
Thank you very much.
It should not be encouraged. However, we need to learn to make sure that it doesn't get to that.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Quickly, I want to say that the issue of living together as husband and wife is a big deal.
It's a big deal. Serious deal. Yeah.
It's not something we should treat with plenty, because a lot of parents don't groom their children into marriage. Like we always say, Raymond says something about education. We always want our children to gain education. How do we prepare these children also to settle down? It is not about the marriage, the wedding. It is about the years, the long years of togetherness. How
well, not how far.
How prepared, yes, how well. How prepared have you prepared your daughter and your sons to love, to care, to cherish that which they have come to build? And I think that will go a long way if parents can decide today to start training both children to love each other wholeheartedly. Because when a father beats his wife in the presence of his children, the son will grow up with a violent mind.
Right.
He will always pick at any girl without respect. And the same thing goes to the girl child. So as much as we do our best to correct this, parents should please stand their ground.
Thank you so
and
much.
ensure that they train both children alike.
I like that last statement. Parents should ensure that they train both children alike, both the boy child and the girl child. They both matter. The boy child matters. We love him. The girl child matter. We love her. When you are teaching the girl child domestic, how to take care of the home, teach the boy. When you are educating the boy on how to be bold, how to make choices and take decisions, teach the girl child as well. Don't teach this one this and teach this one that, or make preference over the boy child or over the girl child. Teach them alike. This is where we end today's topic of discussion. My name is Elizabeth Samsedi. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.